Hey everybody, it's Carpo here. Brothers and sisters of the world, I hope you're doing well. I really do. I just made a video that was kind of long, and I wanted to finish it with a particular comment about hierarchy and order. But I decided the video was so long, it was probably worth just making a separate little video for this. And I know I might get attacked on certain fronts for this. There are a couple different schools of thought on this, and this doesn't come lightly. This comes after a lot of thinking and a lot of philosophical thought on this idea. And it's about social order and hierarchy. And the question I'm proposing is, are some people better than others? And there's going to be so many different schools of thought on that. There will be the people who say instantly, yeah, of course. And there will be those who instantly say, no, no way. That we're all created equal in God's eyes, or whatever it may be. And I honestly have, this has been one of the biggest issues in my life when thinking about social hierarchy, because it's kind of like the alpha male complex. When you're in a group, you want to be recognized. If you're a male, you usually want to be recognized as the authoritative male in the group. But not everybody wants that. Some guys are just as happy to be the meek one who sits in the back and takes orders. And there are leaders and there are followers. Now, this isn't a new philosophy by any means, but it's one that a lot of people won't tackle, because it's basically saying, what it comes down to is, if you really take it down to its bare bones, its roots, it's what started slavery, and it's what promoted slavery, and this idea of natural selection, that some humans are better than others. So their idea was based on genetic, skin color, and location. That's different than what I'm talking about, because there are plenty of black leaders and plenty of black followers, just like white. So slavery should never be about color, of course. However, the lower class has basically become slaves, social slaves. So when you talk about this situation, you're basically saying that slavery, as it exists, is okay, and that's not what I'm saying. The social slavery that the corporations have created, this is not at all what I'm trying to tackle here. I'm talking about general consensus on who's in charge, okay? Now, I'm a take charge kind of guy. I like to be the one who makes decisions when I'm out with, say, friends and we're camping. But not to the point where I'm so dominating that I will always want to be in charge. There's a couple friends of mine who I actually let them make the decisions, and I prefer them to make the decisions. So this really, in a sense, you have to have a certain amount of humility to say, okay, this person probably knows more about this than I do. But once you've done that, you can figure out your place among things, I guess. Now, this is a very complicated subject, so I'm just going to make it short and just cover that basic topic. Is there a social hierarchy? Since there are leaders and followers, is that something we should promote or try to prevent? If you try to prevent that, capitalism is basically that, based on that principle. Get it if you can. Dog eat dog. It doesn't have to be that harsh. But some people would rather listen and take orders. It's just a fact of life. And some people would rather give them. Now, this is between males. Now, if I get a male and females, it goes to a totally different... you have to cover way too many aspects of this, because there are leader females and there are follower females as well. But between females and males, there's a wide gap in personality differences. As much as male and female want equality, the fact is we're different. Women are much more passive, and that's why the matriarchal society is more successful in its in the way I see a society would go. A matriarchal society would be very protective, but would be very fair and just, because that's how women are. And my hopes would be that a matriarchal society would protect the people. Well, a patriarchal society, and then the men run the show. We just go out and try to prove our dominance, puff up our chests. So that's not the kind of leadership I'm talking about either. I'm just talking about you and a group of your friends, and one of you knows the best about that situation. And don't get me wrong, see, not every group of friends is going to react the same in each situation. This is where we have to set aside the difference between somebody who's doing, somebody who's, like, if you're out with some buddies hiking and one of your buddies has been there before, you're going to let him lead the way, okay? If your buddies are hanging out with you and you're showing them how to, build something, say I'm a carpenter, I'll show my buddies how to build something, they can learn from me. Sometimes when I'm over at my buddy's Kevin's house, he can show me how to blow glass. I can learn from him. Some guys are too stubborn. It's the won't stop and ask for directions concept. And it's true. Men won't, because men want to test themselves. So they'll, see how far they can go. But what is this about social hierarchy? And what do people think about it? Should there be leaders? And of course, the general answer is yes. There has to be leaders, right? Well, some people don't seem to think so. I know some folks seem to think that we can just dismantle this society and start living back in nature without any, changeover. It just can't happen, because, like I said, we are a political creature. We desire politics and conflict and argument, as well as hierarchies, and we like to reason. We like to show what we've learned. So in that sense, I guess we're all doing okay. But I guess we all find our place in society. I just don't want people to get pushed over by not being in charge of themselves, in charge of their place. Because if you know something in a situation and you know that you're right, you know more about a situation, don't be so meek as to sit back because you think that the people that are there appear to have more experience. I don't know. Namaste, everybody. Have a great day.